All right. Microphone working good. We're good. All right, let's continue.
Midnight each day.
Oh, quick recap.
Night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
David Hunt,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
On Valentine's Day.
Ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something.
I set fire
Bit of a shaky loop incident.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I'm not broke. It's no coincidence
I'm not
that
broke.
most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me,
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to
David
put
is weird.
Molly.
Randomly thrown in there.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints.
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
psychokinetics,
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
All right. Let's see what we can't figure out in this mystery here. Where'd we leave off? We left off on Elin, did we? Who I think is implicated in the murder because she stole the prescription pad that death threats were coming out on. What else do you know, Elin? Did you lie about Max dying?
No, that's right. Shifting does only work when someone is near death. But Max is dying. I mean, he didn't die when he was my patient, but he's still ill. Terminal, you know.
Seems shady, but okay. I hear you. I hear you, Elin. What conversation didn't you want to have with Max? I know the answer already. It's sex with a 70-year-old man.
The I don't sleep with 77-year-old men conversation, of course.
Of course. Don't be silly, Doctor. Okay. She's still yellow. Have you ever shifted outside work? The answer to that is yes. She did it for Max when they went on their date.
The only time I've shifted outside work was with Max. Oh, and here, with Dr. Dekker.
This is one of the reasons I think she was implicated in the murder, because Dr. Dekker was about to be murdered, and she shifted for him, which I think is a clue. You asked what I thought you meant by shifting usually works. It sounded like you kill your patients, Elin.
You think I kill my patients? I thought you knew me. Oh, you're worse than Terry. Mind you, I shouldn't speak ill of her.
Elin made cookies for me. Don't eat the cookies, Hutch. Do not eat those cookies. Did you really believe whatever he wrote on the pad would become true. She claims that Dr. Dekker tried to get rid of her powers by writing something on the notepad.
You never met Dr. Dekker. He could make the craziest things sound true.
I think I have met Dr.
And he showed me
Dekker.
some of the notes he'd written. Wait, I think I've got one here.
Oh, here we go. Let's see it. Evidence added.
See?
Note from Dr. Dekker. Let's check this out. Sarah Dekker will die tomorrow, and you will help her through it. That's creepy. That's not right, Elin. It's not right. Are the cookies poisoned, Elin?
No. What do you think I am? Fine. Don't eat them then. I was just trying to be nice.
Achievement unlocked, Day Tripper. Why did that unlock Day Tripper? Those cookies are so poisoned. They are definitely poisoned. There's no way those cookies aren't poisoned. Have you ever made cookies for Terry?
I only make cookies for people I like, Doctor.
So Terry did not get any cookies. Okay, Elin's gone green on the clues here. Let me check my notes really quickly. Mariana says Clara took over Dekker's loan. His motive might be money. Dekker's Nathan said we're on it. There were death threats on that notepad, and Elin picked up the notepad. Oh, who was Amelia again? Amelia was one of Elin's dying patients? Okay. Let's go over here to Nathan. We're gonna save Jaya for last, I think. Nathan, how are you doing on this prestigious day?
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker,
You did!
so you're gonna have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
Sure. Hypnotism?
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words.
Which was? What keyword?
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it.
I want to trigger it.
I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep.
No.
Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back, I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets.
Oh.
It was one of them.
Jupiter. Mars. Venus. I'm saying out words. Saturn? He's joking with me. He's messing with me. Nathan? What just happened? Mars?
I don't want it to be triggered.
Ooh, I think we just triggered it. Pluto? That's not a planet.
Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
Saturn is the key word. Dr. Dekker hypnotized Nathan. And Saturn is the key word. What it makes him do, I have no idea. You just went into a trance.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is?
Nope.
What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me.
I don't think I want
Thank
to.
you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you.
What's that? No, I'm not gonna write it down. And what haven't you been telling me?
It's about time travel.
Uh-huh. Let's hear it.
I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again.
But
Like Doctor Who. But I don't have a TARDIS.
exactly like Doctor
can't
Who.
choose
He'd
what
actually be
time
a
I
good
go to.
Doctor Who.
Except once.
Ooh, what time was that, Nathan?
The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her.
What?
Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that.
Oh.
I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital. Because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
This is why I think he was in on the murder of Dr. Dekker. I think Bryce murdered Dr. Dekker, and Nathan used his time travel repeating to make the time of Dr. Decker's death change. That's my theory, anyways. I don't know how good of a theory it is. What had changed about Hannah's death?
Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic, because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity.
It was
Now
a
they just think
favor.
it was my careless driving that caused her death.
You're just a nice guy. Really? See, this is why I think he altered the death of Dr. Dekker. How do you feel about Hannah now?
I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
All right. Who murdered Dr. Dekker, Nathan?
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients. Or maybe even your assistant.
But I still think you were in on it. I don't think you actually murdered Dr. Dekker, but I think you were in on it. Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes. I'm gonna say that to him. Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes.
What are you trying to get me to say? I don't know anything about that.
Oh, he doesn't like that phrase. You don't like that sentence. All right, Nathan. Do you know anything about the prescription pad?
This prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it.
Do
you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
I think they did. I think they did, and I think Elin was one of them. How are they covering their tracks?
I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad.
How have things been with Mariana?
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Details, man. I need details.
We went on a date. What sort of?
You were not supported.
She texted me
Supposed
this
to.
bar she was going to, and I just turned up.
Oh, man.
She can dance.
I
I was transfixed most of the night.
bet you were.
Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
Oh. I think she's grooming you to be a nice sacrifice, Nathan. But I thought Nathan was in on the murder. Now they're drawing a connection. So see, one of my other theories is that Claire and Mariana have nothing to do with the murder of Dr. Dekker, but they do have something to do with Cthulhu being in this area. That's my theory. And it was Nathan, but I thought Nathan was in because he thought Dr. Dekker cursed him. And he's the missing loop that could make the time of Dr. Dekker's death change. Still don't know how Dr. Dekker reanimated, because I think I'm Dr. Dekker. I think that's the other theory here. She does like him, but I've been saying they shouldn't date because she's gonna lead you out to die, man. No, Mariana doesn't like you.
So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever.
She wants to sacrifice you, bud.
Thanks. That helps my self-esteem.
She's gonna use you as a sacrifice, brother. Trust me. Why lie about Hannah being on life support?
I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident.
Yeah, you're still lying, though.
Instantly.
You're still lying, though, brother. Did you ever think to drive away from the lorry?
I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us.
Yeah,
I
but couldn't
was
you
there
jump
the
back
first
to
time,
before
so I
that?
tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
I think you did, because she was out of love with you. Why not jump back to an earlier moment in time than that? Let's try it. Why not jump back to an earlier time?
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay, doesn't understand the question. Do you like dancing?
Do you ask all your patients that? Or just the pretty ones?
Clearly, I ask it of everyone. Not just the pretty ones, Nathan. Sorry about your luck. Sorry about the insult to you. Oops, I already asked that. Yeah, why don't you try jumping back again to save her like earlier?
I've tried, but I can't do it. To be honest, nowadays, I'm more interested in moving
I'll
forwards.
bet you are. I'll bet you're more interested in moving forwards. I'll bet. Whoa, the girl! Creepy ghost girl just made an appearance. Okay, that was creepy. No, I'm not gonna tell him Mariana might be a killer. Yeah, I am. Mariana might be a killer.
Wow. I think you're just jealous, Doctor. I mean, if Mariana really was killing people, I'm pretty sure you'd have to contact the authorities. I mean, that's what you do, isn't it?
Would I? Would I, Nathan? Would I do that? Didn't you tell me in our first session that you couldn't time travel?
We just met. I chose not to tell you I travelled back in time. Sorry.
Flimsy.
If I could turn back time, Doctor.
If I could turn...
Find a way.
Share this. Achievement unlocked. Share this. That's awesome. I was just starting to sing the song. Oh, I'm programmed. Programmed. Did you take... I can't believe there was a share achievement in this game. Did you take the prescription pad?
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't space out the words. Did you take the prescription pad?
No, I didn't take the prescription pad. Why is it such a big issue? Who'd want it?
The person who wants to
Do you
kill me?
think the killer wrote out a prescription for temazepam,
Mm-hmm.
faked Dr. Dekker's signature, and got it made up?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But I'm already on temazepam, Doctor. I wouldn't need all that drama.
But you could use it to drug the doctor, and you still need to get more. When did you travel back to the accident?
The day before Valentine's Day. I was looking at pictures of Hannah and it just happened.
What just happened,
The
huh?
next day for me was Valentine's Day. Present day.
Nathan's gone green. All right, we've tapped him out. Back to Jaya. This could be the moment of truth. Jaya. It's time for truth, Jaya. How are you doing today?
I'm worried about you, Doctor. And the fingerprints on the bottle? Sorry, I dropped it.
Oh, you dropped it. Oh, because it had your fingerprints on it? Why are you worried about me?
You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago.
You mean the reanimated
You don't
Dr.
talk to
Dekker?
me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you.
It's because I've been reanimated, and I'm losing my mind. Do you think I'm going insane?
Don't joke about going insane, Doctor. That's one thing I can't let happen on my watch. If
sure.
you become insane, then I'll snuff you out.
That's not very therapeutic, Jaya. Did you snuff Dekker out?
Dr. Dekker had, in my opinion, become clinically insane, and it was rubbing off on the other patients.
Oh.
Maybe I would have put a stop to it, but I didn't need to.
Didn't you?
The grandfather paradox did that for me.
Oh, damn. What was the grandfather paradox again? Dang it. Oh. If your grandfather was evil, should you go back in time to kill him? But if you kill him, then you won't ever be born to go back in time to kill your grandfather? Isn't that the grandfather paradox? You're saying the grandfather paradox killed Dekker? Oh, I got a new note. It doesn't sound like Jaya might think I'm... It sounds like Jaya might think I'm going insane. She's been torturing me in my dreams, too. You're saying the grandfather paradox killed Dekker?
Dr. Dekker killed his grandfather by going back in time.
What?
At least he thought he had. An earlier version of himself knew this would happen, so to prevent him from preventing himself from being born in the first place, he took an overdose.
What?
Sleeping tablets and alcohol.
How would that do anything?
At least that's how he explained it to me before he did it.
You said Dekker's prescription pad went missing?
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
I'm sure you will. I already know. I already know where it is. I already know who got it. Tell me about the death threats.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it.
Did you have any grievances with Dekker? Of course you did. He was going to terminate her.
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much.
I need to see it.
Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Maybe. Maybe. I still don't think Mariana killed Dr. Dekker. I don't get what her motive would have been. You had plenty of motive to kill Dr. Dekker. Who were the special patients?
Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients.
Special
Towards
patients.
the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability.
I thought you said this was all unreal, Jaya.
God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient.
Wait, I thought you had this thing about none of these powers are real, and we need to do everything we can in order to stop people from believing it. Now you're... Oh, she's flip-flopping. I don't like the flip-flopping. How are you coping with the grief?
I think I'm okay with the grief now.
Really?
My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related.
Your mother and Dr. Dekker were not related? How'd your mother die?
My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames.
What?
I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink.
Uh-huh. Spontaneous
Professor
combustion?
Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
Okay, oh, look at this. Accuse. J'accuse. The time has come. I'm not sure the patients are improving.
Your patients will always be a bother, but you're caring for people.
Yeah, that's what I'd call
We
it.
do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
This is also Doctor Who. People say, let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we? As they do in Doctor Who. Do you think Cthulhu is real?
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you
Supposedly.
think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
I have. She's pretty freaked out. She's pretty freaked out. Who do you think murdered Dekker?
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Sure. Sure, Jaya. Sure. What do you mean by snuff me out?
Kill you? I'm just joking. Maybe.
Yeah, that wasn't terrifying. That wasn't freaky at all, Jaya. Not terrifying at all. You're looking a little nervous there, Jaya. A little nervous. A little guilty. How do you know Mariana said she could breathe underwater, Jaya?
I spot check the sessions.
She also
I know,
copied all the
I
files.
know I shouldn't, but
Dr.
it's for
Dekker's
the safety
cases.
of everyone. Checks and balances, remember?
I think she killed Dr. Dekker and reanimated him as me. I think that's what happened. A lot of things bother me. My memory, for one.
Are you stuck? Do you want me to ask the questions instead?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and ask me some questions.
I don't know. Sorry.
She doesn't want to ask. She doesn't want to ask me questions. That's fine. That's fine. Is spontaneous combustion real?
According to Professor Alderby, people can will themselves to die. Some people will have heart attacks, some people will have strokes. Those who are truly despondent, they're the rare few that spontaneously combust. I'm not sure if I believe in all of that.
Don't you? Don't you, Jaya? Why am I asking this again? A lot of things bother me. I'll ask it again.
No, that's not the right question.
I think you're right, Jaya. I think that is not the right question, necessarily. All right. I think that's it. I mean, is there anything else I can ask Brycey boy here? Bryce, is there anything else I can ask you in this case? I mean, I can review my notes here, but... Nathan went into a trance. He was clearly hypnotized by Dr. Dekker, and I think he resented that. I think Nathan resented being hypnotized by Dr. Dekker. He asked if I am Dr. Dekker, or if the house is a perk. Which one is it?
I thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have.
I've adopted his dog? Great. Great. Yeah, I'm totally not Dr. Dekker, I'm sure. You asked if I think... Oh, yeah. Is the thing Dr. Dekker? I don't think it is. Or it could have been. Dekker could have been playing with him. But I think it's Jaya. No, the thing is not Dekker.
And so it is. You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable, too.
I think it was Jaya. I don't think it was Dr. Dekker. That's the difference. You said a thing was looking at you?
The thing that's following me. It doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me.
It could be Dr. Dekker.
It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
Creepy. That is creepy. You said you were trying to sleep through the night.
I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
Hey, Shotgun, it's going well. We're almost done the game. This is the last... I'm about to accuse who I think murdered Dr. Dekker. I'm doing my last little bit of questioning here. How are you doing today? What else can we ask Brycey boy here? Why did you teleport into the art gallery?
That's not important,
I
Doctor.
didn't put a space between art and gallery. Ugh. Good, thanks. Cool, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, I'd like to think I'm a good detective, but I would, oh. Why did you... Why did you teleport into the art gallery? I'd like to think I'm a good detective, but I don't think I am. I think my brain just doesn't put clues together very well, because I think I have a bearing on who killed Dr. Dekker. First of all, I think I might be Dr. Dekker. I think I'm the reanimated Dr. Dekker after he was murdered. That's the first thing I think. But as to who murdered Dr. Dekker, I've got an idea, but I don't know.
I suppose I'm becoming lazy.
I think it's because of Jasmine. Do you know Jasmine?
I have nothing to say about that.
I think you do. And you're withholding, Brycey. Why do you wish you were still religious?
When something is chasing you, you start wishing that a higher power could save you. I remember you saying that there aren't enough religions. But I still wish there was only one, and one that I could believe in.
What are you up to today, though, Shotgun? Why didn't you think burial would be enough, Brycey?
Burial isn't enough for Dr. Dekker because he's evil. I thought if anything, we'd established that in our earlier sessions, Doctor. I had to destroy him properly, not just bury him in the ground.
What'd you do to him? What did you do to Dr. Dekker? Dr. Dekker's body. Having a relaxing day today. I slept in, and now I'm just hanging out. Nice. Nice, Shotgun. That's great. These are my last 2 days of vacation, and I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm trying not to... I've got like a bucket list of items I want to have done for the end of my vacation, and these last 2 days are kind of some of the days for that myself. What did you do to Dr. Dekker's body, Bryce? What? Come on. There's got to be a question here. I'm just gonna let that hang, that he didn't bury Dr. Dekker's body? What do you think about the restraining order?
Yes. Apparently, honesty is not the best policy when it comes to me and females.
I know it looks bad, but it was the best choice,
I think
Bryce.
I've regressed somewhat.
No. You did the right thing, Bryce. Yeah, I hope your vacation went well. Thanks, Shotgun. It did. It was a good vacation. I think I was saying to someone that if... Maybe I was saying this to you, that if my vacation had ended on Monday, it would not have been good. But now having that extra week was exactly what I needed before I go back to work on Monday. Bryce has gone green, even though we don't know what he did with Dr. Dekker's body. That ain't right. Let's go back over to Claire. Any last questions with Claire? Where is David's body, Claire?
I buried him near the lake house. I'm not sure I'll be allowed a second funeral.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be
Besides,
either.
It's close enough to visit.
Ooh, creepy. What? What's she got in her hand? What the heck was that in her hand? She had something in her hand, like a machete or something. Did you see it? I swear she had a machete in her hand just now. Creepy. Are you threatening me? Oh yeah, because she said something about... what was it she said? Something like if I didn't give her the temporary insanity diagnosis. Can't remember.
No. Threats are usually made without the intention of following them through.
Ooh.
This is quite the opposite.
Ooh, serious. Serious, Claire. Oh, Claire just went green. Claire is threatening me, but that doesn't mean she killed Dr. Dekker, unless I'm Dr. Dekker. But she says Dr. Dekker wanted her to reanimate him, but she didn't show up after he died. That question is still hanging up in the air there. Mariana, we got anything left with you? Oh, I'm going out on a limb. No, you're not insane.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first.
Oh, how do I do that?
If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time. And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor?
We still haven't established what my reward is. How well do you know Claire?
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Yes, and has anyone else turned up at your home, like Nathan?
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
I'm not denying it, I'm not aware of it. I'm not consciously aware of visiting your home, Mariana. I did not visit you at home.
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun.
Oh, what kind of fun? Was it inappropriate fun, Mariana? What did we do?
If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Oh. Ooh. What about Nathan? Have you been feeling hot or thirsty? I think we already established that she's not, because she's been going back to the ocean.
No, I've not been thirsty. Not since I went back to the sea.
She's been going back, taking sacrifices for Cthulhu. I'm surprised she didn't sacrifice Nathan. I'm surprised you didn't sacrifice Nathan, Mariana. Dr. Dekker diagnosed you as sane?
Dr. Dekker was a hack.
Ooh.
You're special. You're good at your job. You know I have problems.
Maybe she did kill. No, things don't line up with Jaya and Bryce. It's confusing. It's like is Mariana the killer or is Jaya the killer? Mariana's nuts for sure. Like I'm pretty sure she brings sacrifices to Cthulhu. Pretty sure she's a siren that does that. But there's still nothing really to implicate her in killing Dr. Dekker. You mean Dr. Dekker would be quite the twist. I'm pretty sure I am. Bryce said that I'm Dr. Dekker. I'm living in his house. I adopted his dog, and I kind of suspected it earlier. But what's kind of the thing to figure out now is, did Jaya and her cabal have Dr. Dekker killed because they had motive to kill him, and then they reanimated him in order to, like, keep her job and her practice going? Or did Mariana kill Dr. Dekker out of just, like, sheer insanity? Well, when you adopt the dog, that makes the... right? I adopted a dog. Oh yeah, I'm Dr. Dekker. I'm pretty sure I am. What's still unclear is... I still think Jaya had way more motive to kill Dr. Dekker than Mariana did. Dr. Dekker dated Mariana, went to her house for drinks, loaned her money, never demanded the loan back. Claire took the loan. Did Claire take the loan over when she was planning to kill Dr. Dekker? No, Dr. Dekker had signed an agreement saying that if he died, Mariana would not have to... I'm confused. Why was Dr. Dekker a hack?
There are similarities, but you're not the dead doctor.
Oh.
Are you feeling okay?
No, I'm not. Some people think I am the dead doctor. I'm not good, Mariana. And Claire had a machete right now, but I did tell Claire to kill her reanimated husband, so... Have you had any more withdrawal symptoms, Mariana?
Like I said, I've been fine.
Fine. She's been fine. I don't know, it just still feels like Jaya, Bryce, and Nathan were in on killing Dr. Dekker and not Claire and Mariana. Even though Claire seems more hostile, it sounds weird to say, even though Claire seems more hostile, I don't think she killed Dr. Dekker. I could be completely wrong. What do you mean by get inside? Oh yeah, she talks about, Mariana talks about how I would visit her home and get inside her. What do you mean?
You watch me undress.
Oh, here we go.
You say nothing, but still you order it just like Dr. Dekker did.
Mm-hmm.
I strip.
Uh-oh.
Ashamed.
Uh-oh.
As I lie down, you bend over me.
Ooh. I mean, you know what I mean.
Face. So horrible.
Like
worms.
I was just gonna say, like tentacles?
Crawling. With jaws like pythons.
Mm-hmm.
And you bury into me. I lay there, frozen, while you violate me.
Oh man, this took a dark turn.
Punishing me.
This went really dark really quickly.
I'm not sick. You're sick.
You might not be wrong. Achievement unlocked, seeing things. Now, someone claims that they saw... So that was interesting. So, other person claimed that Dr. Dekker had tentacles coming out of his mouth at one point in time. If I'm Dr. Dekker, then that lines up. Why do you feel like you deserve it?
It's my fault they're all dying. They're following me.
That's what it seems to suggest. She brings the sacrifices to Cthulhu. See, my initial theory was that Claire, Mariana, and myself are part of the Cthulhu cult. Like, Dr. Dekker had started a children's outreach called Mind Stretch Outreach, and it was about helping youngsters develop their special abilities. So I think we're all in on the Cthulhu thing, but I don't think they killed Dr. Dekker. You said you're fine?
I've done lots of dancing, lots of clubbing, lots of socializing.
Yeah, that's what Nathan says too. That's what Nathan says too, Mariana. Oh man, if I had to accuse anyone right now, if I had to pick one person to accuse, it's gonna be Jaya. Are the holes in John stab wounds? Mariana said that a man named John followed her home. When she woke up the next morning, he was in bed with her. He was stabbed. He had these stab wounds all over him, and he was like inside out. It was very creepy, Lovecraftian kind of body horror. Are the holes in John stab wounds?
That's an interesting analogy, Doctor. You think I'm making this up?
I don't know. I don't think so. 'Cause I've seen some crazy things during the course of this game. Remember what about visiting you at home? I know the answer to this, the creepy violation thing.
Can you remember what you did?
I can now. I can now. Oh, Mariana just went green on that. Oh man, we've got green on everybody except Jaya. Jaya. Do we got
I
anything?
think you know what I'm going to say. I don't know.
I misspelled Jaya. I put a G on my hint. Ugh, I think it's time. I think it's time to accuse. Oh, let me look at my notes one last time. I'm totally gonna accuse Jaya, and then it's gonna be like, I'm insane and Mariana's insane too. Isn't it? Isn't that what's gonna happen? Alright, here we go. Nothing for it. We just gotta do it. Who murdered Dr. Dekker? I think Bryce did the actual murder, but Jaya put him up to it. Bryce did the actual murder. Elin was in on helping to get Dr. Dekker killed. Nathan time traveled to change the time and hour of Dr. Dekker's death, but Jaya was the mastermind behind it all. Don't misclick, I know, right? But is it the guy who stabbed Dr. Dekker, or is it the person who orchestrated the murder of Dr. Dekker? I'm gonna say Jaya.
I'd be careful what you say next, Doctor. After all, I know these sessions are being recorded.
Okay.
My job is to support the doctor, but only if the doctor is making the patients better. Do you think you're making the patients better, Doctor?
Like Dr. Dekker?
I wasn't even here on Valentine's Day, and I wouldn't hurt a fly. If you believe, as I do, that we're here to help patients restore their sanity, to restore order, then you'd be happy that Dr. Dekker was gone, regardless of who did it. Nobody wants the inmates running the asylum, do they?
You're not making yourself sound
Well, it's
innocent,
all
Jaya.
right that I did kill him. My job is more important than yours. I watch every doctor that comes through those doors, making sure they keep their heads. Without me, we'd have chaos. Without you, we'd have another doctor. So, Doctor,
Yeah?
let me ask you again. Who do you think killed Dr. Dekker? Was it me? Or was it you?
What? Oh! We caught her? But what about your patients? What? And what about you? Insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Einstein.
So I've got a new dog, a basset hound. She's got these big floppy
Right?
ears and a really sad face.
Uh-oh.
You know, even sadder than I look.
Uh-oh.
Ginger. I call her Ginger. She's a rescue.
Did I catch the killer?
And
Did I
since
guess
met
right?
Ginger, I've never looked back. Literally. Not one day.
Literally.
I'm not really sure what you'd call it.
Hmm.
Mutually assured delusions? I think Dr. Dekker was projecting his weird fantasies on me.
What are we watching right
And
now?
it was just going to be easier to go along with it,
Hmm.
to participate. I feel much better now I know I didn't hurt anyone.
What?
I didn't hurt anyone. Did I?
Oh.
It looks like Terry won't be coming back.
No, because you fed her cookies?
She hasn't
Poison
been
cookies?
in for a while, and I thought she just had a bug or something, but from what I've heard, it's not good. Apparently, she's in intensive care, and they can't figure out what's wrong with her.
I know what's wrong with her. She ate your cookies.
I'm not going to lie. Works much easier without her watching over me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make me a horrible person?
Uh-huh.
There's no need to go over old ground.
Hmm.
I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me.
Hmm.
David, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have?
Did they not have any powers?
Thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
I think I was in my own head too much, manifesting things that weren't there. But I'm very much an art connoisseur.
Well, we
now.
thought about paranoid schizophrenia
Definitely
with
helped in
Bryce.
keeping me sane. I realized that I'm a very visual person, and paintings can keep me occupied for hours.
Wait a second. Was
I go to
everyone
Providence
really
whenever I get
just
the time.
dealing with mental
It's
illness?
the local art gallery here.
Was the whole Cthulhu thing a
Best
lie?
time to go is late at night. You get the place all to yourself.
Psychiatric Assessment Unit. PAU, Psychiatric Assessment Unit. Let's recap, shall we?
Shall we?
Oh,
A siren, a shapeshifter, time traveler, undead husband, teleportation, and otherworldly gods trying to take over Earth. It's an unlikely tale at the best of times, but you're also purporting to be all of these people. I think you're beyond help. You understand what you're saying and expect me to believe it?
I
You
wondered.
say I am one of your patients?
I wondered.
Blatantly untrue, Doctor. If that were the case, then somehow I've managed to turn the tables on you. Which is plausible, I suppose.
I wondered if they were all aspects of like a split personality. What just happened? Okay. So, let me get this straight. Jaya was the killer. But I'm a person with split personalities who thought there was this whole Cthulhu thing going on, but it's all just a lie? Well, GG, I guess. Yeah, right? I got the killer. So I guess that's a good thing. Achievement unlocked, lucky guess. What? Lucky guess. Achievement unlocked, hint me baby one more time. Yeah, I did a lot of hints in that game. Of course I did. Wow. Doctor, you're doing great. That's a lot of questions. You know them inside out. Maybe that's why I was able to find out I'm a delusional person with split personalities. Is that what it was? And Professor Alderby was my therapist the entire time? Okay, so what I walked away with is that the Cthulhu thing was not real. It was all just madness. So that's fair. I wondered that. I wondered if... But there were, like... So that would explain why at times I saw supernatural things on the screen. Like one dude held out his hand and there was flame. I saw the ghost of a girl several times in the background. Elin momentarily shifted for me. Like her face kind of went blip, blip, blip. That's exactly the sound effect to me. And then Bryce popped in and out, like he teleported. So that explains why I saw those things, because I've got an infectious madness, I guess. Wow. It's interesting. Like, the story in the game definitely got me thinking, for sure. So, great game. Like, that really held my interest. I mean, I played this. I can't believe I did 9 hours of streaming on this. I can't believe it took me like 9 hours to finish the game. That's crazy. But I tried to be really thorough. Man, lucky guess. That was not a lucky guess. I knew. Jaya had all sorts of clues about her that suggested she was the murderer. Oh man, that was fun. That was good fun. That was some good fun of a game. Now I'm trying to decide what to do with myself now. I wanted to stream a little longer than I usually do today. But I kind of hit a little bit of an impasse on what I was going to do after this game. I didn't know what I was going to do after this game. I've got options. I've got games I'm thinking about playing. Yeah, thanks, Shotgun. It was good. So I'm trying to decide what to play next. Like, do I play more Assassin's Creed? Do I play some Star Wars The Old Republic? Do I play some Red Dead Online on PC?